Hello everyone. Good evening. I am Nancy Shah and we are back again with another live session at Speaker Circle. And this time it is a knowledge sharing session. So through knowledge sharing session, we conduct different topics. We talk about different topics which can help people become better, learn something new, improve their life, and of course, in their career. So that's the main purpose of having knowledge sharing session. I can see there are some people watching us right now. If you are watching us there, you can type your name in the chat box. We'll surely try to attend and take your name suitably. Well, let me brief you a little about Speaker Circle. It's basically a platform through which we are helping people improve their public speaking and communication skills. It's a community of like-minded people. We conduct our activities online as of now because of pandemic, but then we are very soon planning to start offline Speaker Circle. First in Ahmedabad and then in different cities. So that's the road ahead. Well, at Speaker Circle, we have our online interventions where members give speeches on different topics. And on every Thursday around 6 p.m., we go live on YouTube and here we conduct different activities like storytelling, movie review, book review, poetry recitation, and knowledge sharing session. This is our way to improve our skills in a fun way. At the same time, share something important and make difference in people's life. If you are joining us for the first time, let me tell you, you are going to enjoy this session thoroughly. And if you are somebody who has joined us again and again, well, you know that our live sessions are really fun and that's why you are here again. We are thankful to each one of you who are with us right now. I can see a few comments here. Hi, Margi. Thank you for joining. Hello, Vinod. So happy to see you. So Vinod is a new member. Margi is also a member at Speaker Circle. Hi, Alicia. She has, I think, Alicia, you have attended many sessions at Speaker Circle. Thank you for being here. We have Chandrika also. Hi, Chandrika. Nice to see you here. Who else is there? If you are here, type your name in the chat box and we will go through the live chat throughout the session. If you want to share anything, comment anything, if you want to talk about anything, of course, we will maintain a professional decorum, but at the same time, we are open for thoughts, suggestions, questions. And of course, this is the topic where you will have question for sure. So let's say, anybody has an idea about what is the topic for the day? Of course, you can see it in the title of this video, but then no cheating, okay? Do you remember why you are here and what is the topic for the day? Any idea? We have few more people. Sirisha is here. Hi, Sirisha. And then we have Harshida Panchal. Hi, Harshida. So Harshida is also a member at Speaker Circle. Thank you for being here. Well, the topic for today's session is how to deal with stress. Well, is there anybody who has ever experienced stress? Have you ever experienced stress? If your answer is yes, type yes in the chat box, or you can raise your hand, or you can give a reaction. Well, yes, hi. Okay, Ayaz, we have Ayaz here with us. We have Anjali here with us. Hi, Anjali. Thank you for joining. Have you ever experienced stress or stressful situation, or have you ever been through a stressful phase of your life? I think we all, yes, I'm getting so many yeses. Ayaz is saying yes. Sometimes Anjali is saying sometimes. Okay, Alisha is saying yes. I think we all have, okay, we know this also saying yes. We all go through stressful situations of our life. Now, of course, the best attempt is to avoid stress and manage our stuff in a manner that we don't get into that zone. But then we are humans, not machines. No matter what we plan, what we do, there are certain situations which create stress, which is of course a negative feeling, and if pursued for a long run, the stress can convert into depression as well, and of course we don't want to go there. So today through this session we want to help you all in dealing with stress in a better manner. You might think, okay, I'm just a student, why, like, I don't have that sort of stress. But do you feel stressed when you have exams or viva, or do you feel stressed when you have a submission next day? I think that is equivalently relevant for you. Or if you are a working professional, I think for you, the stress is something that you might experience in your regular work life, and you need this session. And for somebody who is probably just a housewife, I think you also go through a stressful situation too. So this session is applicable for each one of us, no matter what you do, from which field you are, and what is your education, or what is the field that you're working in. No matter where you are from or what you're doing, we all feel stressful at times, including me. I have also felt stress sometimes when there are tight deadlines, where there are things to be done at a similar point. We also feel that. But then the question is how to deal with it. Feeling stressful is not wrong, but then learning to deal with it is more important. And that's what we are going to talk today. And that's not only me talking, we have our guest speaker, our member of Speaker Circle, an expert who will help you with the quick tips and techniques to deal with stress today. Let me introduce her. She is somebody who is currently living in Ahmedabad. She is a founder of Atman Yoga. She is a yoga practitioner, a mindfulness coach, as well as NLP practitioner. She is a trainer of yoga, and of course, she is going to be with us here today. She also organizes her yoga training sessions and boot camps and many more activities. And today she has taken out time from her schedule to be with us today and share some quick and helpful tips to manage and deal with stress. So let's not waste time, and let's invite our speaker for the day, Miss Khushi Jani. Hi, Khushi.
Hi, Nancy. Am I audible? Am I visible? Because
yes,
I guess I cannot see much.
Okay, you are audible, you are visible. Just adjust your screen a little. So उसको थोड़ा नीचे लाइए, screen नीचे. Okay, this is perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So now we are able to see you clearly. You are audible. Khushi, first question to you: why have you selected this topic?
As a yoga instructor and as a mindfulness trainer, this is kind of my forte. This is kind of the thing that I train and coach people on, how to deal with stress, because we look at stress as something that's a part of our life. You know, that's how you said that too. It's a part of our life, but it's a very huge killer. It gives us many other problems and illnesses. So if you were to cut it off at the root, दूसरी illnesses नहीं आएंगी. So how do you deal with it? You know, that's important. And today, especially after the pandemic, there's so many more reasons. There is a huge spike in mental illnesses among people. Depression high level पे है, stress high level पे है. So this is the requirement of the time right now, because as I said, situations are really stressful. Some of us don't even know we are going through stress. So that's also something I'm going to cover, just some basic symptoms. If you feel those, then yes, you are going through stress. How do you deal with that? And yes, as you said, you feel stress. So you know this, but then what to do about it? And there are some things that you can actually work on yourself, do these things and get rid of it forever. Like that's what I'm telling you. Yes, forever is what I'm telling you. So that's why this is the topic for the day for me.
Yes, you have said correctly. Like sometimes we even don't realize that we are going through it and we are facing trouble with it. We feel that it's just a mood swing, but then it's not just a mood swing. There's something more than that. And I'm really curious to your talk. So let's not wait for a single moment, and let me give you the stage. I'll just share the screen for your benefit. And yeah, so I think this will be better. I'll go backstage and over to you.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. And of course, you had a short introduction, everybody. Good evening. Nancy spoke about me. I said something about myself. I am Khushi Jani. I am a mindfulness trainer. I'm a yoga instructor and an NLP coach. I've been studying psychology for past 9 years now, and psychology is something that you just keep on reading, keep on studying about, and keep gaining more and more knowledge. Today, the talk is about how to deal with stress. And as I just said, we just think it's a part of our life. So I'm not even going to explain like what is stress, really. I mean, if you're here, you know what is stress. You already feel it. It's your when you come in a difficult situation, right? You feel all of that. Whatever you feel, some of us go have sweaty palms, or someone will go like get angry. So those are that's how you kind of show your stress, that you show your response towards this stress. More than talking about what is stress, because as I'm very sure all of you feel that, because all of us do feel that, I want to talk about the outlook towards stress, because the first thing that we really need to change here is our outlook towards stress. Now, what we do is we look at stress at the situation that's happening in front of us. If you say, like we said, stressful situation, we look for that outward thing that's happening and then call it stressful. So you'll say this person is giving us stress. It could be your boss, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be anybody. Okay. So this person is giving me stress. This situation is giving me stress. Now, when we have that as our outlook, that something is giving you stress, what you're doing is you're giving away your power to that situation or to that person to get you rid of the stress too. You're saying, I cannot get myself out of this situation. This person got me in stress, so this person will take me out of stress, because that's what you said, right? So one thing that I want us to change right now, everybody who's listening to me, change it right now. First thing, change your outlook towards stress. Nobody gives it to you. Neither are you going to take it. There's no give and take here. What's happening is stress is your body's response. A situation is happening. A situation is happening like many other situations. And in this particular situation, this is how you are responding: by getting angry, by getting frustrated, by getting irritated. Your heartbeat is going fast. Your breathing is going fast. You're feeling some, movement, sensations in your body. Now that is stress within you. So stop looking at it for that person, that situation. That's the first thing I want you to pay attention to. Stress has nothing to do with what's happening outside. Stress is your response. Now, if it is your response, then it is your responsibility to get rid of it. And yes, there are things that you can do to get rid of it. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you some tips here how to deal with it. But first thing, write it down. I am not giving my power to a situation or a person to give me stress, because I know how to deal with it. So first, that thing is the key. Second thing is, of course, along with stress, there is this best friend of stress called anxiety. And then if it keeps on going and it's like really too strong, then it turns into a panic attack. Now, these things happen when you have that very strong reaction to something, right? When you're giving a very strong, your body is reacting. And when I say your body is reacting, this is a very chemical process happening within you. Now, what is the change in the outlook is, there's the second change in the outlook. First change in the outlook was, you don't look at the situation as stress. You look at it as your own response. Second thing that you keep in mind is that there is a chemical process happening in your mind. Now, if it's a process, the best thing about a process is you can rewind it. You can set another process too. Now, if your body is setting in this process of releasing stress hormones, you can reverse that process. So start looking at it as a process that's happening within your body, and see, you'll get more in control. You see yourself getting more in control of that situation that's happening within you. बाहर क्या हो रहा है वो तो हमने देखना भी नहीं है, अंदर क्या हो रहा है हमने उसी से डील करना है. So whatever is your response to the body, one thing, change your outlook. Two, understand that it's a chemical process. Your brain is going to release stress hormones. These hormones are meant to be released because your brain has a fight or flight response to any kind of situation that it feels is dangerous for you. So what it's doing is it's preparing you to either fight or flight, either fight with that situation or run away. In both the cases, you need similar kind of bodily movement. You need more blood being pumped into your muscles, especially into your limbs. So what will happen is the blood will be taken away from your major organs, and the heart is forced to pump more blood, and that's why the heartbeat goes fast. or the oxygen, we have to pull in more oxygen. Now that lots of blood is being circulated, it needs lots of oxygen too, right? Blood carries oxygen. So you're made to, you feel you'll do that. You're taking in more oxygen. You can't breathe. You feel like, and especially when it's like panic attack, people feel they're going to die either of a heart attack or because they cannot breathe. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. After some time, it will come down, right? This process mainly takes 90 seconds, but then we keep on thinking about it and keep on going and going on in that process. So second change in the outlook, understand that it's a chemical process and you can get to reverse it. You can set in a different process until and unless you let your brain dictate what it should do or what you should do. Now reverse the process and you tell your brain what you want to do, okay? So that's another thing here. I'll quickly go through some symptoms of anxiety for you and make a checklist here. If you feel any of these in difficult situations, some may feel it when they want to go on a stage, right? The stage fear. This could be it. Some may feel it when they're about to go for a meeting with the boss or anything, or you hear bad news and then you have that fear coming in and all these symptoms may set in. So here are a list, of course, of symptoms: feeling nervousness or restlessness, tension. Yeah, that's again, there's lots of blood circulation happening in your body. So you're going to move around. There's heartbeat going fast. You feel like there's a danger there. You're in some kind of danger. That's why your brain has given this signal to the body, because it fears that you are in danger. So you'll feel that too. Increased heart rate, increased breathing. Then, of course, when heart rate बढ़ जाती है और blood circulation बढ़ता है, there's lots of swelling, sweating happening. Then, of course, you start trembling. Trembling is another side effect of lots of fast blood circulation. You'll afterwards feel weak and tired. Now, once that process finishes, you go like, okay, now I just can't deal with it, because as I said, 90 odd seconds is what it takes, that first reaction takes. So once you go through it, you'll start feeling weak. So for a moment, you'll feel like you have to do something about it. And the next moment, you'll feel like I just can't do anything about it. See, it's that quick. So then you really need to how you get into control is something else, I'll tell you. And then, of course, because you're thinking lots of thoughts going on, this ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega, this could go wrong, that could go wrong. And that's what you think, what can go wrong. And that's why this reaction is coming from your brain. You cannot sleep. One of the reasons for sleeplessness is because your body releases lots of cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, but it's not only released when in stressful situation, it's also released, throughout the day. Your cortisol plays the role of an energizer. So your body releases it throughout the day. But when you get into a stressful situation, your brain releases more cortisol than you need. Now, this cortisol also works as that keeping you awake agent. If there's lots of cortisol in your body, you will not be able to sleep. And that's why you've heard this, you must have seen this and even experienced this, that when in stress, you can't sleep. That's because you've released a lot of cortisol in your body. So that's what I'm telling you. Change your outlook. Start looking at whatever's happening to you in a very, very objective manner, in a very scientific manner, that, cortisol bahut ho gaya hai. Bas, वैसे देखें, instead of saying my boss is such a, instead of going there, right? Again, experiencing any kind of issues with your guts, because your gut and brain has the same kind of brain cells, the same kind of cells. Your brain has the same cells what your guts have. So if the response is going to be same. And with that same kind of response, of course, you're going to have stomach ache and all of that coming. You will constantly, of course, worry about it. And then, as I said, and worst part, and the last thing is something I want you to think about. You start avoiding. Now, that's what, psychology, if you talk about psychology, the main aim of psychology is to make people live a life to the optimal, whatever is there, optimal. Nobody says best and highest and all of that. It just says optimal. And it includes their all kinds of behaviors in different setups. If you start avoiding these setups because it gives you anxiety, because it gives you stress, I don't want to meet this person, I don't want to go out and, go to quite a lot of people, avoid functions, family functions and all. That's because it kind of gives them anxiety to meet all these people. Now, when they start avoiding, that means there's lots of stress in your body and you're changing your lifestyle. We are social beings. We're supposed to do all of this and do this energetically and happily. Okay, but when we start avoiding, understand that there is a psychological imbalance going on in there, and we need to work on it. Right? This is about the symptoms. I'll of course want to tell you how to get rid of it. Now, the first one is everyone is going to read this deep breathing and going to say, right? 100 बार सुन लिया है, 100 बार सुन लिया है, लेकिन एक बार भी किया नहीं है. करेंगे तब तो पता चलेगा हम क्या कह रहे हैं, यहाँ क्या हो रहा है. Now I want you to understand what's happening with you and why this is your best bet. कोई और टिप इस्तेमाल करे ना करे, focus on this, and not only when you're in a stressful situation, also when you're not in a stressful situation, practice deep breathing. Why? You have two kinds of nervous systems. You have the sympathetic nervous system and you have a parasympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is your fight and flight mode of the brain that is giving you the stress, but it's not outright villain. Okay, it is meant to keep you safe. So in case their danger comes up, then you should be ready to either fight or flight, either fight that danger or run away from them. So that's why it is. But with stress coming in, now what's happening is this system was developed when we were cavemen. But we are still following the same process, but now we don't have to run away from anywhere. We still have to stay in that situation. So the body is still creating all those responses, but we are not giving the same outcome here. Now, the other system that runs in our body is our parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest. What does this mean is when you're not stressed, that's your entire time when you're not stressed. Rest does not mean when you're sleeping. It means your entire day when you're not stressed, living your regular basic life. That's your parasympathetic. But what happens is when you're in a stressful situation, when you're feeling anxiety, your sympathetic nervous system gets activated. Okay. Now there is more and more cortisol in the body. This system will keep on getting activated more and more. बहुत आसानी से आपको गुस्सा आएगा. People who are short-tempered, this is what's happening with them. Their sympathetic nervous system is always active, which shouldn't be. आप रोज-रोज खतरे में नहीं पड़ते हैं, right? You're safe in your house, but आप बार-बार उस तरह से react कर रहे हैं जैसे you are in a big danger. So that's what's happening wrong here. What you really need to do is activate your parasympathetic nervous system more and more. Now, what's the basic of this parasympathetic nervous system? Your breathing. Your breathing is what activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So the moment you're in stress, forget everything and focus on your breathing. I'll share 3 techniques here with you. Okay, these are quick ones. When you're really in a very anxious moment, here's what you can do is, for a count of 3, inhale through your nose, and for a count of 7, exhale through your mouth. Yep, write that down. Inhale through your nose for 3, exhale through your mouth for 7. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale through your mouth for 7. You do that for 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, whatever time you require to. Go ahead. क्या जा रहा है? Free में है, right? Nobody's charging you. It's such a gold mine. It's such a gold mine. You don't even have to pay anywhere. You don't have to go to gym or anything. You don't have to come to my yoga classes for this. You can do this on your own, right? So go ahead and practice this, right? Especially if you're in a very difficult situation. The other kind of practice that you can do is inhale for 4 through your nose. Okay. Hold your breath in for a count of 8 and then exhale through your nose for a count of 4. Right? Write it down again. Inhale for 4, hold in for 8, exhale for 4, all through your nose. All right. And the third, this one is not Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is an entire cycle. We are talking about the cooling cycle, cooling pranayam here, which is called the Chandra Bhedan pranayam. Now we have two channels in our body. The left is your cooling channel, while your right is a warm channel. So what you do is you block your right nostril, inhale through your left, which is the cooling one. So the breath that goes in is cool. So, you heat up, your body does heats up, lots of blood circulation happening. So you inhale for 4, hold for 8, exhale from your right for 4. Again, block, your right. Inhale left, hold, exhale right. Inhale left, hold, exhale right. That's how you cool down yourself. Thand pe jao, whatever they say, that is what it is. Get that in, get that cool breath in. So that's, again, if nothing else, focus on breathing. What happens is this also releases more of your happy hormones. So if there's lots of stress hormone in your body, how do you fight it off? It's already there in your body. Well, you induce more happy hormones. So this level goes down, happy hormones come up, you don't get agitated easily. Yeah. So focus, practice. I will say, koi aur tip na mane, ye tip rose, even when you're not in a situation and anytime. Best thing is, ऐसे सुबह उठ के ही करना है, खाने से पहले, खाने के बाद, रात को ये, nothing. Whenever you feel like, all right, let's do this. Do this. So of course, pick this one, keep it as like marked with a star, an asterisk, give it a star or something and like that. And these are some quick psychological tips that I'll give you now. That's when, again, you're in that situation. It's a quick, short one. Start drawing something. What happens is you're engaging your mind. You're putting your mind somewhere else. So here's one thing that you can go ahead and do, art therapy. Now, in art therapy, ऐसा नहीं है आपको पिकासो की तरह पेंट नहीं करना है. आपको ऐसे मतलब बड़ा कैनवस ला के ऐसे खर्चा करके no, that's not what I'm talking here about. You can just go ahead and, if you have pencil colors at home, create a rainbow. Drawing a rainbow is one of the most easiest thing. I hope even the most not able to draw people can do that, right? Just some couple of lines there, 7 lines actually. And then you just fill up with various colors. And say you don't have a violet and instead you have a purple. All right, your rainbow, you decide, I want to put in a fuchsia in there. Yeah, go ahead, put a fuchsia in there, put a teal in there. Create your own rainbow. That's a very pleasing thing for your mind and your heart. That's one thing. Second thing is, say if you're confused about something, right? So आप नहीं कहते हैं नहीं समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करूं, वही बात गोल गोल घूम रही है, right? You know what? Do that on paper. Do that on paper, go around and keep drawing circles. And while you're doing that, just think about your situation, whatever it is, put it on the paper. So you're just emptying out that thought, that whatever those thoughts are that's going round and round in your head, put it on the paper, round and round, and it's out of your mind. Now you have more space to think for the solution, whatever is your need there. Now thoughts do occupy space. ये एक और चीज समझ लें, thoughts are not like हमको दिखते नहीं है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि they don't occupy space. It's like air. They occupy space in your mind, and if you have only your problem going on round and round in your head, there is no place for solution. Yeah. So pen down your problem on paper, go round and round, and now you have space for your solution. So you feel less confused. In case you're feeling restless, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, समझ नहीं आ रहा है यार, बड़ा अजीब लग रहा है. Go ahead and draw waves, and nice soft waves. That soft movement of brain, your brain of water, your brain relates that. It understands that that's water movement, that's wave. It understands everything in waves, right? There is frequency in the head. The frequency moves in waves. So your brain starts going calmer as it sees that wave coming in. Those who have anger issue, for you, I'll say draw lines. And you'll notice this. You know what, Abhi, put it a mark in your brain, mentally mark it in here, that next time when I'm getting angry, I'm going to do this. Try doing this. Start creating lines, okay? And you'll realize just straight lines, nothing else, lines, okay? And you'll realize that when you started doing that, your force on your line was too much. You're drawing very strong lines, and they were just ending, not ending ऐसे soft नहीं end था. They're just doing that. And slowly your anger will start reducing and your lines will start becoming softer. You won't be putting in more pressure, more smoother, more easier. So that, again, this goes with the pulses, right? या pulses ऊपर नीचे हो गए बहुत. अभी इतना भी सीधी नहीं करनी है pulses को. Pulses तो ऊपर नीचे ही होनी चाहिए, लेकिन इतनी भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. तो lines में उनको settle कर दीजिए, उन्हें normalize कर दीजिए. That's how you get into a flow state, okay? That's a completely big topic to talk about, so I won't do that here. Just got a quick, this one's a nice one here. I've got a game for you. It's called 555 game here. Now what do you do here is, you just go out there Again, the whole thing is about engaging your brain in doing something else other than thinking constantly about that one situation. Okay, even if you're thinking, not feeling that too stress about it, if you're overthinking about something, you're still generating those stress hormones in your body. Even if you're not very restless, still you're creating the hormones in your body. So go ahead, distract your mind to something else, start playing this game with yourself. 5 things that you can see. You can give yourself a color here. You can say, okay, 5 things that I can see in color blue, or just name any 5 things. Let's not even give it a color. 5 things that you can see in your house. Oh, I see a fan. Say it out, not just okay, fan ye se dekh liya. Nahin. Count them. Number 1, fan. Number 2, clock. Number 3, bottle. Number 4, whatever. All right. So 5 things that you can see. 5 sounds that you can hear. Just close your eyes and focus on all the sounds that you're hearing around you. If you're in office, there must be people talking, walking, AC chal raha hai, pankhe ki awaaz bahar, you can hear the car honking. So all of the sounds, notice those. Push your brain into another direction. Your senses are the senses is what your brain is all about, right? Active rakhne un senses ko instead of ek response ko. So get your senses engaged, get your senses of hearing engaged, and then move your body. Like move any 5 parts of your body. You could wiggle your fingers, you could wiggle your toes, or tap your feet, or clap hands. Do some kind of bodily movement, 5 different kind of bodily movement. Your brain will have to focus on 5 different areas. It will forget कि आप stress में थे. उसको stress hormone release करना था. So that's a good way of doing it. It's a fun way of doing it. Just कि सोच लीजिए कि let's play with the brain also. ये क्या हमको हमेशा खिलाता है. Now, another quick tip here is take a shower. Yes, of course, हम सबको पता है shower is a great thing, but not just any shower. Take an icy cold shower. Yeah. Now, it's not possible in India and most places. We always have warm water. Tanki garam hi rehti hai, so not quite possible to have an icy cold shower. But what the idea is to give your brain a shock, that temperature shock. Okay. So if you do not have any kind of, कि पानी बहुत ठंडा कैसे करें, तो वो जब आपके पास solution नहीं है, what you can do is fill up a bowl of water, normal water, and add some ice to it. And then dip your hands into it. Now, why hands? Because your fingertips have the maximum number of connection with your brain. आपकी body के किसी भी हिस्से से सबसे ज़्यादा connection आपकी fingertips से है. So once that happens, everything else, the brain just forgets everything else and it goes like, okay, what's happening here? ये क्या हो गया? So it just forgets everything and gets that shock. If you just can't do that either, let's say you're in office, you can't fetch a bowl of water or something. If you can get an ice cube, just take an ice cube and start rubbing it on your wrist over here where you have your pulses, right? You have your pulses right here. Your pulses are going too fast. या यहाँ ये आपके दिल से और दिमाग से connected हैं. So quickly the temperature is changing in your blood here. So when it goes back, your brain is like, what? ये ठंडा कैसे हो गया? मैं तो stress दिया है, तो it should be warm, right? But the blood gets cooler, and again the temperature comes down, body temperature comes down, and so comes down your stress level, right? So if you can take a shower, of course, an icy cold shower is amazing. Now let's play the color game here. Now what's this color game here? What you can do is pick one color. All right, just pick any one color. Color has a great impact on our brain. Different colors have different impact on different sides of our brain. There is a therapy, the color therapy for children who have ADHD and all that. So it's an amazing thing. Now, what you can do is, especially if you can pick color blue, because color blue is a calming color, right? So color blue is a calming color. So is color green. You can use that too. And I would say if you're in office, then yeah, go ahead and use green instead of blue, because blue to aankh uthate, you'll see 7 different shades of blue, people in blue shirts there. That's what happens, right? Office mein sab blue pehen ke aate, pata nahi kyun. So you instead of searching for blue, you can search for green. But yeah, you do that. You look and search for 7 different things or 8 different things, depending on how stress you're feeling, and you count them and you note them and you say, okay, so if you point out someone in blue. You say, okay, so and so guy is wearing a blue shirt, okay, and then I see a blue pen on the table, and I see a blue file here. So you count and talk again, get all your senses, maximum of your 5 senses engaged in some another activity. Other than that, what's more, engage all your senses. Now, how do you do that? I was a bit talking about engaging your senses. You can engage one of your senses, 2 of your senses. How about engaging all of them? So here's a quick one that you can play with yourself. You can say, all right, 5 things that I see in color green, all right? And you maybe write them down, or you say them aloud. You say, all right, I see a green color vase, or I see a green pillow cover. So you say that. So 5 things in one color, color green, color blue. Then you look for texture, because you want your that sense of touch to get activated. So go around and feel texture. Do not touch human beings, but yeah. So texture. Maybe you touch your glass. This is glass. It is cold. Describe it. Engage your brain into it. All right. So you touch it. You feel, okay, it's cold. What is this feeling like? Then you maybe touch the back of this, this diary. Oh, it's okay, it feels a little rough, it's not as soft. So you describe and you talk about 5 different kind of textures. Maybe you check your own dress. What does your cloth feel? The cloth on your body feels like. Maybe yes. What does your own skin feels like? That is okay. Not other humans, right? Other than that, then go for the another thing. You've engaged your senses of touch. Now you engage your sense of odor. So go around and smell 3 different kind of odors. Again, smell has a different reaction in the brain, and that's why all these essential oils and those scented candles and we talk about. Yeah, because when you smell something, it sparks some another side of your brain. Lavender is a calming one. If you can get to keep lavender with you all the time, maybe in a essential oil rakh sakte hain, somehow, and then you can just rub it on your wrist and you can smell that. That is a very calming agent. Anybody who is going through lots of stress, you can always have a lavender candle, lavender oil, lavender perfume with you. It will calm you down. But again, go ahead and smell 3 different kind of, again, engage more the better. Yeah. Then you can go and taste 2 different kind of things, eat 2 different kind of things, but ho sake to not anything sugary. Why not sugar? Your body, when it releases stress, this stress hormone, it also releases lots of insulin in your body. Okay, so the liver releases all the insulin. It does that throughout the day. वो थोड़ा insulin release कर ही रहा होता है. Lekin when you feel that stress, it has to release in big amount. It has to release or maybe almost empty out. So then the liver will ask for sugar again. Now it has to create insulin. So it says, okay, give me sugar. And then you feel that craving for sugar. But you already have sugar in your bloodstream. Your body has released lots of insulin in your body. Remember that. When you're in stress, your body is releasing lots of insulin. So that's why weight gain hota hai. So if you don't want that, don't eat anything sugary, especially when you feel the craving. You understand that this is just because there's lots of blood in your bloodstream, lots of sugar in your bloodstream, lots of insulin in your bloodstream. Your liver is asking for more just because it wants to create more. Do not feed it. And then, of course, you can go ahead and then come back and center yourself and you say, all right, one sound that's here that you can hear. Instead of searching for that sound outward, what you can do is search for it inward, like place your hand on your heart and just try to listen to your heartbeat. That's such a cool thing to do, center yourself in, or maybe listen to your breathing. Okay, I'm breathing and I'm cool and I'm calm. Yeah. So you talk to your own breathing and that's what centers you down, calms you down, and you're back in all your senses. Right? That's what stress does. It takes away all your senses. Slowly, one by one, you just got all your 5 senses back. So that's an amazing tip if you want to follow that one. Then, of course, there is this big one, laugh, but not at your boss when he's scolding at you, of course. You don't want to increase your stress reasons, but laugh because you've seen people do this in those gardens out there, those laughter club people. They lift up their hands and laugh, and because your brain does not understand the difference between a real laughter and a fake laughter, a real smile and a fake smile. Because your brain understands that when your face is lifted up like this set of muscle is engaged. This means this person is smiling. which means this person is happy, which means I have to release the happy hormones like oxytocin or serotonin, So the stress level has to go down and the happy ones has to come in. It may kind of get confused. Ye kya ho raha hai? I just thought that this guy was in stress, but now, if you're in office, kya karenge? Comedy show dekhna shuru kar denge. You can't do that, right? What you can do is a quick one here. Hold the pen in between your teeth. You see that? Now, when you do that, this is what is the lift of your face. So you're faking a smile and then get to work. Forget ki aapke muh mein. Sach mein. I mean, I know it sounds and looks and I know you may be visualizing yourself doing that and thinking, "Sare hasenge mujh pe." Acha, unka bhi stress kam ho jayega. But as I said, this is a fake smile that you're creating and you're tricking your brain into thinking that you are happy. So it stops creating that stress hormone in your body and it starts releasing the happy hormones. So laugh a lot. Okay. And agar din stressful raha hai, to ghar jaake news nahi dekhna hai. Don't go home and watch news. All right. Go home and watch laughter club, laughter challenge, whatever are those stand-up comedians, right? I have some very favorite ones of mine. I'll share some other time, but yeah, go ahead and watch that. Okay. So laughter is the best medicine. Wo jo kehte hain wo. Avoid procrastination, yes, because when you see a deadline, stress starts building up in you. So you don't want to do that. Zabardasti hi stress kyun dena hai? So keep your don't work until the deadline. Yeah. In the एक simple सा example देती हूँ कि जब last में when you about to do something which reaches the deadline and you finish it, right? आप 1 minute में कर लेंगे, तब आप 1 minute में कर लेंगे. तो ये बस 1 मिनट की तो बात थी. तो why did you reach to the deadline for it? जब आपको पता है कि आप इसे कल 1 मिनट में कर लेंगे, तो आज ही क्यों नहीं? So avoid procrastination. So you avoid that stress building in you. Okay, you may in the end go and deliver on time, but उससे पहले जो आपने खुद को stress दिया, what about that? The cortisol is still in your body. It is still going to give you weight gain, still going to give you sleepless nights. What about that? Yeah, think about that. Okay, think about the science behind procrastination. And yes, of course, big one. Take a yoga class. I'm not promoting my class here, but what I'm telling you why. Again, yoga is a form of exercise that engages your parasympathetic nervous system, strengthens your parasympathetic nervous system. Yoga को exercise मत देखें, और अगर देख भी रहे हैं तो look at it not as an exercise just for your body, but it's a huge exercise for your mind. Because every asana, before we get into an asana, we take a long deep breath in. Then we get into the asana, we hold our breath. Then we come out of the asana and we exhale. आराम से करते हैं, धीमे करते हैं. बॉडी का अगेन देयर इज अ कनेक्शन बिटवीन योर मूवमेंट एंड योर मूड. द स्लोअर you move, the relaxed your body and your mind is. So go ahead and take a yoga class if you're really stressed. It's not if your weight gain is because of your stress, then your gym is not helping you. It is only adding to your problem. Believe me, it is not helping you. Go ahead, go for a yoga class, calm your mind. You will lose weight also. So yoga is the best medicine here if you're stressed. And second thing is, of course, practice. And the last thing, of course, is your practice mindfulness. Now, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being present in today. That's it. And not just today, in this moment, right now. Like right now, when I'm talking to you, when I'm saying all these things to you, there's nothing else going on in my mind, because if I will start thinking about something else, I may start blabbering and I'll forget what I'm talking about, right? So I have to focus on what I am doing right now. This is me being mindful about what I'm saying, what I'm doing. वैसे ही हमें हर चीज के लिए mindful होना है. Like when you're eating, we do this so many times. You're just eating and you have your phone on, right? And something playing on the phone, news, or even laughter. No, don't distract. Focus on your food. When you're practicing focus, you're practicing not getting distracted. You don't have to focus. What we really have to learn in today's time is not how to focus, is how not to get distracted. And this is how we teach our brain. We practice this so badly. We'll scroll through 4 different things. मैंने देखा है, laptops and there'll be 4 things happening until an ad is running at one channel. They'll watch something else and then go to something else and then go. Don't do this to your brain. You're killing it. Yes, you are. The cells are dying. You want yourselves to get active and live and thrive. Live in the present, and there is nothing more that keeps you in present like your breath. You cannot breathe a breath from your past. You cannot breathe 4, 5, 10 breaths for your future. You can only and only breathe in the present. So nothing keeps you in the present like your breath. So when you're feeling like you're thinking too many things, maybe from the past, maybe from the future, all you want to do is live in the present. Sit somewhere and just focus on your breathing, because there's nothing more present than your breath. All right. So that's about it from me. These are the 10 tips that I just really hope that will help you, and you'll pick something out of this. And if you do that, do let me know, connect with me. And yeah, I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Khushi Jani, for a wonderful session. Let's give her a big round of applause, everyone, for sharing such wonderful thoughts. Okay, before we move ahead, I want to ask the audience, like, she has shared so many tips and techniques. Which one was your favorite one? I personally like the 555 game. I personally like the 555 game. Okay, so we are getting wow, what an amazing session, Khushi ma'am. Thank you, Vinod. Okay, I'm flashing it up there. Khushi, are you able to see that?
No, I can't.
You come to StreamYard.
Yeah, I'll close this one here now.
Thank you, Swati.
Okay.
Thank you, Anjali. Guys, if you have any questions, you want to ask her something, you can post the question in the chat section. We'll surely try to cover them up in next few minutes. Quickly, if you want to ask something, you have a expert on this topic with us, you can still ask it right now. Okay, which was your favorite? So, color therapy. Esha says I like color therapy. Okay. Vinod says I like deep breathing art therapy. Okay. Even Anjali says I like color therapy. Okay, we have okay. This session was amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, before you guys go, I want to ask you something. Did you like the session? Did you find it helpful? If your answer is yes, then you can share the link of this session with somebody whom you think would find it helpful.
Yes,
Can we all do
absolutely.
that? You will find the link of this session there itself. It is there on YouTube. Everyone can watch it. The purpose of this session is just to help people go through critical, stressful situation and deal with it. We all have seen the worst scenario like never before within last 1.5 2 years, and at some point I think we all are facing the issues with stress or depression or any negative emotion. What she said about stress is somewhere automatically applies to other negative emotions as well. You can use 555 technique to manage your anger also. Simple. So what I want to tell you here is share the link of this session with somebody who might find it helpful, and let's support each other going through this time. Okay, with this, okay, we have already done session. Oh, so we have one request here from Vinod. When can we have a one-day session of yoga for Speaker Circle members? That's a good suggestion. We can surely think of that. We can have Khushi's yoga class one day in the morning time.
Absolutely. This maybe is one of the Sundays. No speakers. No speakers. I'll just.
Okay. My goodness, what a session! I'm sharing the. I'm strongly feeling confident that this can be your first topic on your first TED talk. Thank you so much for such a wonderful session.
Sure.
Okay, anybody else want to say something, want to ask something? Let's share the link of this session with everybody, our friends, family members, and ask them to watch it. I'm sure it would be helpful to them. Okay, one thing I have to ask you, Khushi. So when you yourself is a mindfulness trainer, or a yoga trainer and practitioner of NLP, do you also feel stressed when you know all these things, you have all the gnan within you, but still, do you feel the same thing?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I'll tell you what, I started studying psychology, especially all about anxiety, because I had huge anxiety issues. I had such anxiety issues that every day I would wake up and I would feel sick. I would feel like throwing up, or I would feel stomach ache every day for no reason. That's when I started, studying this, like, why am I feeling this and how do I get out of it? Now, the thing is, this is a natural process. This is not something that is, induced from outside within you. It's a natural process. So, and it is meant to actually help you. Sometimes we do such great work under stress. A little stress is good, not all stress is bad. It is the one that really gets to you is the bad one. So all of us go through stress. I go through stress too. The only thing is that I know how to get out of it. One, I will think through it. There's one thing that I missed, but I will share this now that you've asked this. If you ever feel that you're in stress about something, instead of pushing it down, saying, I don't want to do this, I don't want to get angry, I don't want to, you ballooning it in. Don't let that happen. Whatever you're thinking through, whatever you're feeling, acknowledge it. I mean, don't label it like ये negative क्यों हो रहा है? नहीं, none of it. Just whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling angry, you say, okay, I am feeling angry. This is an anger coming up in me, and that's about it. और कुछ नहीं है. That's it. So just acknowledge your feeling. Once that happens, you can overcome it. And that's what I do. I still feel stressed. Yes, I still feel anxiety, but my condition is a lot better. And as I practice this whole breathing and all of that every day, things are a lot better for me than they were like a couple of years ago. So yes, I still do feel, but a lot controlled. Not controlled, regulated. Again, control is not the word here.
So I think by practicing mindfulness or doing yoga, or by knowing what you're feeling, you can't remove it completely from your life, but at least you know how to deal with it or manage it, or go around and go about that particular feeling, and you don't feel bad about it. You embrace it and you improve upon the same. So yes, that's really well said.
As I talked about the two nervous systems, the sympathetic and parasympathetic. Now, whatever you're going to practice more is going to get stronger. All right. So if you're going to practice anger more and more, if you're going to get angry more and more, your sympathetic nervous system, the one that's making you angry, will keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But this system is part of you. You cannot remove it. It is a part of you. You need sometimes anger. Say you are in danger. You have to fight someone. Someone says something. You have to. Anger is not a negative emotion. It is when it goes out of hand is when it becomes negative. So you have a sympathetic nervous system. You have a parasympathetic. Now, what is it that you're focusing? Whatever you will focus on gets stronger. So focus on this. But both of them are there, right there within you. It's just about what are you focusing and making stronger. That's it.
Got it. We've got few questions here. So Margi is asking this. I have heard that doing Omkar practices reduces stress. Is it true?
Yes, there's a good science behind it, but we don't tend to explain the science. That's what I do in my yoga class. The first day I do is I explain why I'm making you do the Omkar. Because people from different religion also join me and they think कि ये तो हिंदू चीज है or something like that. Omkar is not, I mean, of course, it's a part of Hindu religion, but it's not a Hindu thing here. Understand that the sound of Om is a sound first. It is not a word, it's a sound, and it's made of 3 different sounds. Now, there is a huge, our biggest nerve we have, the vagus nerve. It starts from here, under the brain, and it goes throughout your entire body till your guts, and it branches out and connects all your organs, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys. It connects your brain to all your organs. Now, when you chant Om, what you're doing is first you create vibration in the lower part of your body. When you say there's a 3 sounds, O, So you create that it creates a vibration in your lower part. Then you say O, which creates your vibration in your mid part. And then you say which creates vibration from your throat to your head. Now, when these vibrations are created, one, the nerve gets strong. Second, vibrations, आपको पता होगा ना, they kind of break the cells away. They break cells away, they break toxins away. So your body kind of calms down. And again, you go with your breath. The more longer you exhale, the calmer you're going to feel. So ओमकार बोलने में आपको बहुत long exhalation करना होता है. When you do that, it reduces your stress level.
Okay. One more question. Are there any different levels of stress? And if yes, then based on that, it affects your body?
Yes, absolutely. There are different levels of stress. The first kind of level is the one that you need, and which is what is there in your body. Every day, the cortisol that's being released in your body. Now, understand it's released every day in your body from the time you wake up, because that is the hormone that keeps you awake. All right. Now, this hormone is also, of course, going to be released when you're in stress. So this is being released so that you can combat stress when it comes. Lekin what happens is, of course, the level starts increasing. Now, what's the highest level? Where you reach panic attack. That's your highest level of stress, where you will suddenly feel, and people do get brain hemorrhage and all those kind of things. Your blood pressure will shoot up really high. So these kind of things, that's your panic attack is your highest level. After that, you'll have acute anxiety. That's another one. You keep getting anxious every now and then. Anxiety once in a while is okay. That's your brain telling you that there's a danger around. Like अगर सिर्फ एक बार स्टेज पे आना है और आपको फील होता है, ठीक है. But you're feeling it like 10 times in a day for no valid reason, and that's what anxiety mainly is. It's fear of the future. कि कुछ खराब हो जाएगा. That's what you're creating in your mind, and then your brain is preparing your body to fight that future fear, which is actually not present. तो आप कितना ये सोच रहे हैं, कितना future को लेके worry कर रहे हैं, that much higher is going to be your stress and anxiety level. So stress itself is not a bad thing. You need that stress to keep you active. Again, there is a chemical process, a hormone that is being released in your body to work on that factor. But then you start getting more and more involved, so aap anxiety level pe aate, and then of course there is the panic attack level where you just can't manage it anymore. Your brain is completely out of, us waqt ke liye, when you have that attack, then you're kind of completely out of control. Your brain is just doing things and you have no idea what to do about it. So yes, there is level. The best level is, of course, where at some point you feel like, agar maine ye nahi kiya, or if this happened, or then the kind of level that makes you prepare a little better. That's your good stress, where, like I had to come here, and if I was like very anxious, I would say, nahi, mere ko ye nahi karna hai. Now that, if I wouldn't have come here and if I wouldn't have spoken here, that would be me avoiding a situation. Agar usse mujhe anxiety aa raha hai, me avoiding, that is the wrong kind of stress I'm taking, wrong kind of anxiety. But a kind of stress where I was checking, where we were checking, everything is correct, everything is all right, PPT taiyar ho gaya, ye ho gaya, that's a good kind of stress. You need that to make you function. So utne tak rakhiye usse.
So when you talk about anxiety, like a lot of people have habits that they'll keep यहाँ से ऐसे ऐसे करते रहना, continuously playing with something. They're not able to stay stable. मतलब कुछ ना कुछ चलता रहता है. So is it also one sort of symptom of having anxiety?
This is more like yes, it could be as a zaruri name, it could be something else. Now this is what's called anchoring. We tend to pick these things, will make them feel like ye skin nikalna, nakhun khana, yahan hot ka skin nikalna. People actually pull out hair from their body because वो pain relief हो जाता है. कुछ हो गया, लग गया, तो आपको एक relief feel होता है. You have lots of pain being built up in your mind. Body में pain नहीं है, आपके दिमाग में कहीं pain भरा है. तो आप you start pulling your hair out to get that pain out. So yes, these could be, but these are your coping mechanisms. It could be a coping against your nervousness, your coping mechanism for your anxiety. Absolutely. But this is us anchoring कि कहीं पे मुझे कहीं से थोड़ा relief मिल जाए. तो ये relief breathing करके ले लेते हैं with the, instead of
Yeah. Okay. One more question we have from Sirsha, and she says, "Is there any specific ways to of yoga asana for migraine headache?"
Again, migraine क्यों होता है अब तक साइंस को नहीं पता ये चीज. We just know that it's a headache, but half head hurting or something. But I have a migraine ka issue, but there are some triggers. Now, first thing before getting into the asana, start to notice what triggers your migraine. For me, a lot of computer, a lot of phone, lot of light to my eyes kind of make me gives me migraine. If I work long on my laptop, I am sure to get a migraine. So I tend not to do that. So again, first step is not getting into the asana. The first step is getting into preventive mode there, and let's understand what is giving me this headache, this migraine, and try to reduce that. What if you just cannot get off the computer? Then maybe you can have an anti-glare. You can wear an anti-glare glares. So you can try those things to help yourself. Then, of course, there are some asanas. There's only one asana that I will suggest, the best one. It's called Balasana, and I'm sure you must have seen this a lot many times, and you think itna easy asana hai. So nobody does it, but it's such a great asana. I make people do this 10 times in my class. 1 घंटे में 10 बार करना है आपने, because it works for your brain, it works for your entire body. All you have to do is kneel down, sit on your heels, toes touching together, sit completely on your heels, and then your forehead to the ground. You can have your hands under your forehead or just by the side as you feel comfortable. This is like the fetus position है, जो बच्चा गर्भ में होता है तो कैसे होता है एकदम, बस वही position आपने लेना है, and stay there and just calm yourself down. Focus on your breathing. That's what yoga says. Focus on your breathing. Inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. Relax yourself completely. Stay there for 5 minutes, of course. If you're going through something like that, 5 minutes रुके, वो आपके पूरे system के लिए अच्छा है, brain के लिए, because there's lots of blood circulation when you lower down your head, so there's lots of circulation happening, calms down your head too. Yeah. So Balasana is the asana that I'll suggest.
So this makes me really plan one yoga session for Speaker Circle members. We'll surely do that. And yes, really thankful to you, Khushi, for being here. It's been an hour we have been talking, and you're still that enthusiastic and energetic. So thank you so much. Yeah, can't thank you more. Everybody enjoyed the session. We have got such a wonderful comments for you. I just want to tell that at Speaker Circle, we conduct such sessions every Thursday. There's something coming up, so you can also be there, okay? Check out this page every Thursday. And yes, Khushi keeps coming too. So you'll see her here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Khushi, for this wonderful session, and it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. My pleasure, completely.
So that was Khushi Jani, a member at Speaker Circle, who conducted a wonderful session on how to deal with stress and practice mindfulness. I hope you all enjoyed it. I think you should check out this page every Thursday around 6 p.m. You can set up a reminder or subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll get updates automatically, and you will be able to learn so many things, because we release roughly one video a day. If you are somebody who want to improve upon your public speaking skills or want to become better in this area, you can be part of Speaker Circle as a visitor. There are no charges. You can just attend our online meetings for free. And for that, you just need to fill up a Google form. You'll find the link of a Google form in the description. So check it out, fill that form, and connect with us. Also, you can follow us on other social media handles like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and I think that's it. So you'll find the links of that platforms over here in the description itself. And do connect with Khushi as well. You can find her on LinkedIn very easily, and I'm sure it would be a great connection for you. With this, I'm really thankful to you all who have been here for almost an hour, in fact, more than an hour for this session. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. Do not forget to share the link of this video with people whom you think would be helpful. So if you find this session helpful, let's spread a word across, help people, and let's be more mindful and manage our stress in a better manner. So that's it from my side. I am Nancy Shah, signing off now, but we'll see you there next Thursday again, 6 p.m. Bye-bye.